Thank you so much for registering to the webinar, The Most Demanded Cybersecurity Skill That Companies Are Hiring For in 2020. If you haven't seen it, I have made it live like 1-2 days ago, so make sure that you check the link up here. I will put the link to the replay up here, so make sure that you check it out. So at the end of this webinar, I announced my new training, malware incident response training. It's really impressive training, and it took me around like 2 years just making that training. It's like 40 hours of content with hands-on practice. The workbook, the malware analysis workbook, which is like over 100 pages of more exercises and more solutions step by step. I also offer the Mastering Malware Analysis book and so much more. It took me really over 2 years to put that content. And some people ask me like, why did you do that? Like, you already have a decent job in Tenable and before in Semantic, and you can have even a better job. You can go for, being a manager here or there, or I can actually provide a training to companies in 5 days with like 5 grand per student. Like, I can, like, there's so many people are doing that, and I can do that. And I actually did that with 1 or 2 companies. So why do I have to provide the training for people who pay from their pocket? They will be hardly to pay, and like make a training that massive and that comprehensive training. And the reason why is because when I started in malware analysis, when I started in cybersecurity in general, I started. I had this big passion for cybersecurity, for ethical hacking. I was reading every book, but I was so overwhelmed with the amount of different fields inside of it, the amount of different paths, different certificates. There's like ethical hacking and web hacking, and there was like malware analysis, instant response. There was so many different fields, and each one you have like different certificates to take, and each exam for each certificate is really expensive, and the certificate expires after like 1 year or 2 years. Then your certificate expires, and then you have to get the next one. The CH is like CH5 or CH6 or CH7, and each one is different. And if you fail an exam, you have to take another one, and it was really overwhelming for me. I was feeling completely stuck. I didn't have people, I didn't have a guidance, I didn't have someone who actually achieved that and told me what I should be doing. I was in a mechanical engineering student. I didn't have any connection with people who are in computer science. Even the people from there, nobody was studying cybersecurity. I was I was like a lone wolf in trying to figure out all of this by myself. And it took me years, and without that persistence that I had and the discipline, I wouldn't have made it. And for me, I wanted, after all of that, after all of these years, I wanted to provide back this to the people. I want to actually help people who are just starting and they had the same overwhelm. They are stuck in the same way that I used to be 10 years ago. I know how do you feel. I know how this like feeling of so many different things and so many different certificates, and then you are completely beginner, you don't know where to go and what you should study. I was feeling exactly that. I was reading a book here, watching YouTube videos, and so many YouTube videos were very difficult to understand, that makes you feel even it is harder than it actually is. And I wanted to be that guidance. Not only do provide this training, but I do provide the guidance, the mentorship. I give you like the clarity of where you should go. We do like not only bi-weekly Zoom calls, which we do talk about what exactly you want to learn, where you are at, what things you're stuck in, how you can get unstuck, what you should focus on. But also, you have a complete access to me. You can ask me any question. I do still work in cybersecurity in Tenable. I do work as a vulnerability engineer. And before that, I used to work in Semantic. I used to see all the market. I have so many also different connections with people who are working in the field. And from all of that, I can give you the real insights on what's happening in real life. I I feel exactly what you feel about this overwhelm, this being stuck, and this is exactly what I was feeling. And I don't want you to. I want you to shortcut that. I want to give you that clarity that you can move forward with the steady pace. I want you to be able to get from where you are to the point where you are satisfied with your skills, with your job, and you get a recognition that you deserve. Like it really saddens me to see people who are working in with bug hunting, and they discover a vulnerability and they are so happy about it, and they get just $50 at the end of the day. And he spent like 50 hours just trying to figure out just trying to find one vulnerability in one website, and you get, okay, it's $50, or it's duplicate, or take some goodies, take this flash memory and some nice t-shirts. Like like these talents, like these people are super smart, they're really impressive, and these talents should deserve way more credit. They should deserve a really high paying job. They should deserve really a recognition for being with that skills. And I want you to be that person. And that's why I do provide this training. Actually, one of my students, I asked in the group, I asked this question. Um, I have a question for you guys, for people who are thinking to join the training. Would you tell them, what would you tell them about it? Um, how do you feel about this training so far, and was it worth your investment? I asked that in my group, and one of the students who actually summarized the whole answer, he said, "You will not find anyone who shares his experience with you as Amr did." It was Amin actually who shared that. He's saying, "You will not find anyone who shares his experience with you as Amr did. I see I see that's super important. Without someone who guide you and give you the full picture, it may take you a few years to learn those skills that you would have learned from this program within only a few months. Don't waste your time and build on top of the other's expertise." And that's really, really what I wanted to do. I want you to shortcut this years of not only years of wasting your time learning different things and trying to figure out a way, but this feeling of being stuck for years, being stuck where you are. You don't know if you're doing right, if you're doing wrong, and this fight between procrastination and building again the motivation and being and feeling you are in the same cycle, you don't know where to go next. Like this is exactly what I want. This is exactly what I want to give you, is the clarity to not feel that ever again. If you are interested about this training, please check it out, the marktrack.com/join, or even email me, message me on Messenger, message me on. If you have my WhatsApp, you have my email as well. You have my website. You can contact me if you have any questions on LinkedIn, wherever it is. Just join in, and see you in the training. Bye bye.